Yo, I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in power for a long time. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna look back. Never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast, and that's facts. Only I can make a change. Slowly take a step today. I will never be the same, cause that's what it takes.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to Essence Racing. Let me give you a little back brief of what already happened today on Tuesday morning. I was driving up to Columbia. I had to go up for some classes, so I had to shave. And got on the interstate. And I don't know, 50 miles into the trip, heard something pop. Then a real bad vibration, so I pulled over. And looks like the old Jeep front end let go on it. So I'll post the pictures here, what it looked like, and it was on fire. I had to put it out. So now I'm in the process of, I got it towed home. Front end wasn't locked up when we put it on the tow truck, and now it is. So I have to run over to a buddy's house to get my jack I let him borrow. All right, so as y'all can see here, the pinion gear has literally snapped. But I think what happened is it took out, the bearing went out, and you can see right there where it chipped the ding right up top. You can see that hole. Let's see if I can move in closer. Right there, yeah. So now the housing's shot on the rear end, it looks as though. But when I got it on the truck, the front end rolled. Now it doesn't roll. So I went ahead and popped the cover off. Let me go around front. Alright, so I popped the cover off. You can see right there, that's dug in there where the pinion gear dug in. If you look back here, see some chips. So right now it looks like the pinion gear is got this whole thing wedged, so it ain't gonna move. And you can look right there on that axle. You can, or on the drive shaft, you can see there's the other part of the dang pinion gear. So it looks as though you can see right here the bearing went out on it. And I was doing about almost 80 mile an hour down the interstate. I heard it pop, some vibrations, and I pulled over, and this thing was actually, the pinion bearing was on fire when I got underneath it, and it had oil in it. So it wasn't for lack of lubrication. I think the pinion bearing just finally went out. So to get this thing to move, I gotta jack it up, pull the wheels off, pull the axles out, pull this housing out, get that jammed pinion gear out of there, at least slap it back in, put the axles back in, and then I can move it around in the yard. So that's kind of where I'm at. Happy Tuesday morning to me, and let's get after it. When the daily breaks, now I had to drive the tow pig. So all right, let's get after it. y'all can see, let me see if I can get it on here. Well, I'll show you in a second. All right, got the driver's side apart. I'll put that on, that'll be on time lapse, so I'm not even going to worry about showing y'all how to take the passenger side apart. It's the same process. So took a little bit longer getting the tools back and forth from way over there. So once I get the other side apart, I'll pull the other axle out, and then I'll turn the camera back on to show you guys I gotta take the center section out to get the pinion gear that broke, and then put it back in, axles back on, wheels back on, just so I can move this thing around the yard so it doesn't block the boat and the car trailer, so that way we can still go racing while we're waiting on parts on this one, because Lord knows it's gonna be a wait. So you can see it's 3 bolts to hold that in. You gotta pull the brakes and all that stuff off, and then you just gotta tap it loose. I thought that thing was seized up in there, but it wasn't, thank God. So it's out. Axle looks good, so we can reuse that axle. Oops, we can reuse that axle. Now it's just a matter of trying to find another housing because that third member is cracked. But all right, I'm gonna get started on the other side, and then I'll turn the camera back on once I move over to that center section. So all right, y'all. All right, so the other side's all torn down. Get ready to take out these 4 bolts, 2 there, and then there's 2 on this side. Got the impact going on 1. Now honestly, I ain't never taken one of these apart before, but what I can see is looking up in here. Let's see if I can get my flashlight. You can see the pinion gear back there. It's in a bind badly, and there's bearing pieces all in it, so that thing has got to come out to let this center section turn when the axles are in it. So that's just, it's going to be a temporary fix, so that way I can move it around in the yard. Obviously not drive it, but like I said, I've never done this before. I know basically putting it back in, as long as my shims are all in the same place, doesn't really matter right now because there's no pinion gear in it. It's just going to be a ring gear. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this thing apart. I'll throw it on camera for y'all. So y'all see it come out, but there's some pieces of it. Let's take a gander at this thing. Whew. Broke some of the ring gear or pinion gear here. Yeah, it actually sheared this thing completely off. My grandpa always used to say when I was a kid, give me a steel ball bearing and a rubber mallet, I can mess it up. So, well, Grandpa, I'm living up to it. All right, as you can see, we got it out. Quality. I'm gonna go ahead and slap this center section back in, get the spacing right in there with the shims, bolt it back in, and then just enough so I can throw this thing all back together and move it around in the yard, get it out of the way, park it until parts come in. So, all right, y'all, so I don't have an explanation yet of why the Jeep did this. I took it all apart, like I said. Here's your pinion gear. I mean, look at this thing. It's sheared completely off. I mean, this bearing is ate all up. Gears are chipped. I mean, few people I've talked to, they ain't never seen anything like this, and quite frankly, neither have I. Crap, hands are dirty again. Anyway, got it all back together, fired up, was able to move it. Now it's stuck in, like the front end's locked in. It is a Rubicon, so it does have those, that locking front end, that electronic locking front end. It was not in four-wheel drive while driving. I don't know, wasn't in four-wheel drive. To my knowledge, that button wasn't pushed. I mean, heck, I drove it yesterday to work. So all I know is I'm on the search for a 07 Jeep Rubicon JKU front end 410 gear ratio. So anyway, I just figured I'd give you all an update on my, I don't know, I guess you'd call this a Tuesday, Monday or whatever, because it's been one heck of a day. But like I said, Jeep's back together, it's out of the way, it's in the driveway. So, oh, let me show you the drive shaft. What the heck do I do with it? Hang on. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, check this thing out. This whole thing, hang on, let's see here. This whole thing is all sheared off right up inside of there. You look at the sides of it. So I don't know if that's what happens at 80 mile an hour, but quite possibly could be. So, needless to say, it's always an exciting day at SAX Racing. Lord knows how long it's going to take to get these parts, but figured I'd give you all an update on that. So I guess I'm back to driving the tow pig for now. I was actually talking about trading in. I was telling Super K this morning that heck, when I get back from this trip, I'll just run it up and trade it in and trade the tow pig in and buy another truck, and then use that just to tow everything and then drive her old Nissan around for a daily. But looks like I gotta fix it first. So other than that, hey, I appreciate y'all. Comment, like, subscribe. Like I said, don't forget, we got t-shirts. Of the Yardbird, which is still sitting behind me. She's a little dirty. I'll have to clean her up here soon. So other than that, hey, appreciate y'all. Like I said, comment, like, subscribe. If y'all have any suggestions or ever seen anything like this that's happened to a Jeep, please comment and let me know. Hit me up, because once I get it back together, I don't want to have to do this again because of some silly thing that might have shorted out an electronic system that made so. But all right, appreciate y'all. Thank you. Bye.